So what happens when we're not just talking about women and we're talking about people of color separately, but when we're talking about women of color? So Dennis, you had mentioned you have a program for women, you have a program for Black people, but what about when you're a Black woman and the barriers that happen when you come to the table, both with gender and race being behind you?
Yeah, so it's interesting because that was the very first thing when Thane Kreiner brought the idea that we should expand on the women's program success that we have and really think about creating a Black corporate board readiness program. My very first question to him was, what do we do when there's a Black woman that's interested in both programs? How do we advise that person on what to do? And the truth is, we address in both programs gender and race, right? So in the women's program, we have a module of where we bring the experts to talk about the data around gender and the more broad diversity conversation, because it's really diversity of thought, right? And that's the way we teach it in both of the programs. And then we create a safe space for the women that have opted into the women's program to, again, talk about that experience of being a woman. And the people that facilitate, mentor, and our advisors in that specific program are all women, right? So they have lived experience. They know what it's like. They have their own stories to share and the learnings, to give to the participants. And we do the same approach for the Black corporate board readiness program. So if you opt into that program as a Black woman, then the primary lens by which you're going to get your learning is through the lived experience of an African American executive, corporate director. Right. However, we talk about the diversity crisis much more broadly. It's not just about race, but it's about all of the issues around diversity that corporate boards face. So we sort of tackle it in both programs, but the lens by which you get your learning outcomes that we build into the program comes from the people the network that we pull together to pull these programs off. And it's different, right? Those lenses they're not the same experience. And I agree with you earlier, Amber. There's not a monolithic experience for African Americans, and there's not a monolithic experience for women or for any other underrepresented population in this country. However, there are threads of the experience that are shared, and we talk about those very deeply in both of the programs. And in the Black corporate board readiness program, because that's male and female, it's exciting to me because we can really dig in to the men that are in the room and really start to address the women's issues, but we also address, the issue of race. So I don't know. It's all of it is important, but the learning outcomes that you get are almost identical in terms of what we need people to walk away understanding, so that they can be better board members when they're on those corporate boards and they're making those decisions and pushing the needle forward.